Okay, welcome everybody out to our weekly online business training meeting, and we have a special guest with us tonight. And I'll let Jade introduce Lavonia.
Okay, so this is Lavonia Nowell. We met just sitting there at the airport in Salt Lake City, and we were so happy to talk
just
to her.
After convention.
Yeah. And I just fell in love with her. She's gorgeous. And I thought, can you please come to one of our calls? And she was like, okay. And so it's like a big doTERRA family, isn't it?
Right.
It's great. And
we run into a lot of people with a lot of wonderful stories, and we just want to record these and share them with people.
And that's it. Exactly why. Because she has a fantastic story. It was very touching, and I feel like she's going to inspire people on my team somewhere. So I thought, if we could just hear your story. So welcome. And Lavonia lives in Texas, you guys, in the US. So that's where she's calling from. Yep. So Lavonia, you ready? I've got a few questions for you.
All right.
Okay. So the first question is, tell us how you got started in doTERRA. So first of all, why you joined, not necessarily the business or anything, but just how you got into it.
Okay. Well, I started my life out, my adult life out on guilt. And I couldn't forgive myself, nor could I accept God's forgiveness. And I have certainly learned that feelings buried alive never die. They just make us sick. And so I dealt with severe depression, which led to yo-yoing weight issues. I weigh about 50 pounds less than I did at my highest weight. Yay! And then the stress led to TMJ issue, which is a jaw joint issue. And mine created severe headaches, which then led to 20 years of daily pain meds of 16 ibuprofen or aspirins plus prescription pain pills. And I was still never out of pain. I went to bed with pain. It usually woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to get out of bed. And obviously I lived in a fog because of all the pain meds and because of the pain itself causing just to live in a fog. So all of that then created digestive issues that then I started taking a prescription med for, and I took that for 20 years. And then the first week of November 2010, I developed life-altering side effects to that prescription med. And the neurologist looked me in the eye and told me that medication had rewired my brain. And so the nerve impulses from my brain to the muscles in my jaws and my tongue, the muscles in my digestive system, and the muscles in my toes, those impulses are interrupted. And so they don't get the proper signals to make them work properly. And so my life and my health turned around on a dime within a week. And I had to retire early. And I spent 2.5 years trying to get my health and my life back. And woohoo, I did better than ever. But it was kind of a long journey. After I exhausted, are we connected okay?
Yeah. We're connected okay.
Okay, I saw something.
It's a little bit slow.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, after I had exhausted everything that the medical community had to offer me, and I'm not, anti-medical community. We do need our medical community for things. But I then had to muster up the energy to become an advocate for my own health. because, the medical community had nothing else to offer me. And so I began then to give my body what God designed it to thrive on, and which was natural solutions. And I began to eliminate all the toxins that I was putting in my body in way of, processed foods. And so that really brought my health a long way. However, it did not take care of my digestive issues. So the last piece to the puzzle for me and my health was when someone introduced me to doTERRA and to our digestive blend. And two drops in a shot of water, and I drank it, and it was like a miracle. I knew I needed to have that. And so I then added doTERRA to my health regimen, and oh my goodness. So I've only been healthy for 4.5 years. And of course, you see, I do have snow on my roof, and I came to this health party late, but I'm telling you, I'm making use of every minute of it by sharing my passion and my mission with everyone, so that they know that they also can have optimal health by giving their body what God designed it to thrive on. Let's see, what else?
So how did you go to a class? Did someone just came up to you and introduced you to oils, or what?
Actually, the first piece to my return to health journey was, as I said, was the eliminating processed foods. And I had found a book. Actually, God put a book in my life at Natural Grocers in Dallas. And when I read that, I went, oh, this makes sense. And so when I got to the end of that book, I saw where Dee McCaffrey, the author, who is now my friend and my mentor, she said that she had a support group format in place. She just needed volunteers. And so I felt a calling to do that. And I started the first 4 process-free living support groups in East Texas. And at one time I had 9, but it's kind of hard to sustain all of them. But anyway, a new friend that I met that came to one of my support groups, I was visiting with her one afternoon, and I started having the discomfort, even though I was taking my meds every 12 hours. And I just said, oh, Joyce, there's that pain again. She knew my story. And she just said, well, Lavonia, have you tried essential oils? And I went, lavender? That was all I knew about essential oils. And she started explaining it to me. And I'm telling you, it sounded like snake oil and voodoo to me. But she had Digestin in her purse. And she put 2 drops in a shot of water, and I drank it, and the rest is history. So,
voodoo magic thing, skepticism, and gave it to you anyways.
Right. So, this has become my why. And I did want to say that after I got healthy, I kept asking and praying, why did I have to wait till I was 65 years old to really find true joy in my mind, body, and spirit? And God sent me a message in a very unusual way. And this is the message he sent me, and I want everyone to listen to it very closely. You are never too old to become what God intends for you to be. And when I heard someone say that, it was like, whoa, he had hit me up beside the head. And I knew definitely that that was his answer to my prayer and my question. So no more questions, just move forward with my mission and my goal of helping others.
Yeah, no regrets, just move forward.
Exactly.
Excellent. Love it. Love it. Because you're reconciled with your life. There has to be a reason for all of that. But move forward. Love it. That's a great lesson for us. So how did you get into doing the business now? So you got your health back.
Right. Well, I actually was already in the process. Before I was introduced to doTERRA, I was in the process of setting up Nowell Health and Wellness LLC, because I had learned so much through the Process Free. The book is called The Science of Skinny, and skinny meaning optimal health. And so I was setting up an LLC to teach Dee McCaffrey's material in a workshop. I became a certified process-free facilitator through the nonprofit Process Free America. And so, but I realized that in my case, especially, it didn't matter how clean I ate. I still had acid reflux and GERD. I still had digestive issues. And so the doTERRA was taking care of that. And the more I learned about doTERRA and their overall mission, and how that it's total wellness in all areas of our life, I went, whoa, I can do process free also through teaching people about doTERRA. And so then I kind of changed the mission of my, tweaked it a little bit of my business. Instead of just doing process-free living workshops, which I still do from time to time, but it's just I share and teach doTERRA.
Yeah. So because of all your challenges and stuff, it sounds like you don't care. If people doubt or whatever, you just have a message and you're just going to put it out there. It just doesn't bother you. You know what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. The naysayers and the negative people, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I know. I was on a business call earlier, and there was all these ladies that are like, oh, I'm so afraid to open my mouth and pick up the phone or talk to my friends, and I'm all, because they don't know their mission, they don't know their calling, and they're worried about what they think instead of what God thinks.
Right. Well, and my, I've had such an experience, and I've been on, I tell people all the time, I've been on both sides of the fence, and I can tell you which one is the best. It's definitely this side. Right. So we're not going back.
Awesome.
Lavonia, can I ask you to talk a little bit more about your why? You say you discovered your why when you got your health back and you saw that change. Can you talk more about that? Because I think a lot of people, that's what they're missing. They love the oils, they want to share them, but they haven't really yet found that purpose.
They haven't identified it clearly.
Can you talk about when you discovered it, what it is, and
yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of gory details that I could tell you about my health journey and my return to health journey. And it's just that my whole adult life, I just, in the midst of all of the depression and the pain and all of that, there was just such a, I longed so much for a healthy life, but I didn't know how to get there. Let me just back up and tell you, my husband's a retired minister. The first place I ever went in my life was church. I grew up in the church. I played the piano. I married the preacher's son. I was a preacher's wife. and I was not a good one. And I was not a good mother, and I missed out on the early years of my grandchildren because of all the demons in my head and all of the pain that I just could not let go of, or I didn't know how to let go of, and it just, I had to, in my case, I had to just nearly lose my life before I could find it. And so that'll give you a big why in a real big hurry. And so once I got healthy, then I began to look around, and I just could see so many people that are where I was. And I could identify, and I could share with them, and I could offer them hope. Just like she came to convention with me. She's going to turn 50 this month, or in October. And I met her a year ago. Just a chance meeting. No, not a chance meeting, but in a restaurant. I was having a late lunch. She walked by my table. She commented on my computer. We got to talking. She found out what I did. And once she found out, the floodgates opened, and telling me all of her physical and emotional issues. And she made the statement to me, I've given up all hope that I will ever feel good physically or emotionally again. And I went, oh no, are you breathing? And she said, yes. I said, as long as you're breathing, there's hope. And I happened to have a class the next night. I invited her. She came, and she said, this makes sense. I'm going to give one more thing a try. She thought she had tried everything. And she started working with me, and her life turned around. And so that's my why. That's my passion.
So you give people hope when they lost that hope, when they just given up already. So all that pain that you suffered, it really helped you get it.
Yeah. Well, God told me that I didn't bring you through all of that for nothing. You learned a lot of lessons, and now you need to share it with other people, and that's what I do.
Excellent. Love it.
So can I summarize that? It sounds like your why is you've been through all that pain,
Mm-hmm.
and your why is to help people escape what you've escaped, to get their health back. And that's what drives you. That's what, when people say no, or they shy away because it's network marketing or something, you're like, no, you need this.
Right.
This is what you need. This is your trip out of where you are to a better place.
Yes.
Right. And too, my desire is to help people come and find the health party before they get 65 years old, so that they can enjoy all those years that are ahead of them. Yeah. And that's what you
did, right?
Yeah, I just jump for joy when I can really plug in and work with a young mom, or a young adult that is having issues. And I think, oh my gosh, look what this is going to do for you. You're going to have so many wonderful years ahead of you. Just hang in here with me for a little while. And they do. I'm working with an RN right now that got pain, and she wound up getting addicted to pain meds, and she became depressed, and she lived in her dark bedroom for 4 years watching movies and eating brownies, and she put on 130 pounds. And I'm working with her as a result of working with her mother. And oh my gosh, I got a message from her the other day and telling me, Lavonia, I am beginning to feel amazing. And so now mentally she's better, emotionally she is off of pain meds. She is using doTERRA to manage all of that now and make it better. And now she has started working on her physical health and losing weight. And so I'm so proud of her.
That just rewards. That's just the best reward, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you're doing in your business that you feel successful?
Well, I kind of have felt like a shotgun, you know. Pew! I do a lot of things. I do Facebook classes, and I've just recently, I'm about to do my third Spoil Me class, and I'm really enjoying those. I watch for every opportunity to have an information table at events and share with people that way. I do one-on-ones. I do some classes. I have done some classes, but I've not been consistent with that. But that's changing. I'm, in my schedule. As I mentioned when we were talking earlier, I'm doing my first workshop tomorrow using Neil Anderson's starfish content, and I'm really excited about that.
And you also mentioned before that you're going to now have monthly expos.
Yes, I was going to, and that is a result of hearing Lynn and Peter on your call. I got that idea from them. Yeah, and so I have those set up through the end of the year. I'm going to have them. The health food store I'm working with has a bistro, and so they serve breakfast and lunch, and they have a really pretty area, and so we're going to have them there, and I'm really excited about that.
I like Lynn and Pete. Their expos were ways that they could support their growing team and build that camaraderie, and people shared ideas, get together. There's lots of different ways to have expos, but they really found something that really works well for their team. We've had expos before where it's open to the community. It's all new people that are coming, and they're both fantastic ways to have expos. And yeah, I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, well, I right now we're going to do both. We're going to try to incorporate both. I look at it as a way to, bring my team together and help them to learn from each other and fellowship and that sort of thing. But we're also going to open it up to prospects and have them invite them as well. So we'll just, we're going to see how it goes. I'm really excited about it though. And let's see, what else?
So what advice what else is you're looking for?
Well, I was going to say, and I have 2 oil Facebook groups that, that I share with people. And then I have an oil Facebook page. And so I have a big presence there that I think I'm doing a lot of good there as well.
Awesome. I'm so happy that you mentioned all that, because I know that some people, they say, well, technology, not my friend. His mom does that. No.
I'd like to bring him to my house.
Yeah, just try it, Mom. And no. So I'm glad you said that, because you can always learn, and you're allowed to mess up, and you're allowed to kind of ask people for help, and but you get it in the end. If other people get it, you get it. But I like what you said. I'm late to the party, but I'm here.
Right. Well, and because I do have snow on my roof and I'm knocking on the door of 70, I certainly didn't grow up with all of this stuff, and so it has been a challenge for me to learn, but I've just been determined, and if it doesn't work out one way, I'll back up and we'll try it again. So that's what I want to say to older people is, just because you didn't grow up with it doesn't mean that you can't learn it. Maybe not quite as quickly as Ben or some of the others, but you can learn it. You just have to stay at it a little longer.
Love that advice. We have all of this technology, and here you are just jumping in there, and I think it's because of your beliefs. Earlier you mentioned feelings buried alive never die, right? Did you
Right.
read that book already?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're changing that belief or whatever it is that you believe. You have to switch it around. So I guess your belief is, I can do it too.
I can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if it takes me longer, I can do it too. I love it.
that's right.
Yeah.
And this is just, this is my season of life for me. And I don't have any, my children obviously are grown. I have twins, a boy and a girl that are 47. And I have 5 grandchildren, ages 18 to 12. And so they're all busy with their lives. So, they're not under Grand's feet all the time. And, but I make time, and I go to ball games and things like that. But so I have more time now in my life than I did earlier in life as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. So one thing I want to say is, what has been the difference in your life? Because I remember you saying you can run around and run in circles around people now. So tell us about that difference between you on the other side of the fence and you now, as far as whatever it is that you can do.
Well, on the other side of the fence, I didn't have any friends. I didn't want any friends. I didn't want people to get close to me because, see, I had this facade on the outside. I could make a really pretty smile. Being a minister's wife, I had to do that. But people did not know how I was dying inside. And I was a different person at home. And so, that's a huge difference there. And so now on this side of the fence, after I got well, not only did I want to help people, but I also saw that as a way of having lots of friends and getting lots of hugs and giving lots of hugs, which I didn't do my whole adult life because I was always so depressed. I just really wanted to check out of this world. And so just true joy. And I don't know what else to say about it.
You said that you had so much energy, you just kept going and you're doing all sorts of things. In the past you got so tired, you were always, in pain and you didn't want to do anything. No, nothing's happening in here, nothing's happening anywhere.
Right. Well, I did work a lot of those years. I had to because I needed to help supplement our income. And so I made myself go and perform. But the minute I came home and on weekends, I checked out. I didn't have anything left. So
I have a question. So is that because of the physical health that you had, or more the emotional or mental, like you said earlier, demons that you had? What was the big difference? Was it you got your physical health back, or the emotional demons, or both? I don't know.
both. And it's actually started with emotional.
Okay.
I had a pretty profound spiritual experience, although I was still sick. But I can look back and I can see how that things for my physical health began to fall into place and get better once the mental and the emotional health. So I know definitely, and I share with people all the time, we're a total being. It's all tied together. For us to be totally healthy, it's mind, body, and spirit. And we have to work on all of it. And that's what I love about doTERRA, is because doTERRA, the oils, everything can give us the support in those areas that we need.
Emotionally as well, yeah. And that's what I wanted to ask about. So it sounds like you're saying it. Once you started to heal emotionally, you started to heal physically, and the essential oils helped you in that, getting your physical health back up to
match that
speed.
Spiritual healing.
Did you have the essential oils when you were healing emotionally?
Actually, I did not. So it was all more in the beginning, just the getting rid of the toxins and the processed foods. Okay. But I can truly say that since doTERRA came in my life and I added that I definitely feel stronger emotionally. And I tell people that, I'm normal and human, and sometimes I begin to feel things emotionally a little bit, not much, emotionally teetering, or maybe my health teetering, but I know what to do about it now. And I don't let it, I don't fall off the teeter-totter before I do something about it.
Awesome. So would you mind sharing what you do daily, sort of what regimen you do? Because sometimes you do the oils, they think, okay, when I get sick, then I'll reach for it. But what do you do?
Oh, no. I have to have daily support. And if I don't, I can't function like I do.
Yeah.
Of course, I have to, because my digestive system has been compromised, I have to stay on top of that. So Digestion and Zendocrine are huge for me. And I feel like that, my liver and my kidneys are still trying to detox from all of those years of those pain meds. And so, I stay on top of that and trying to help that along. But definitely Digestion on my belly every morning, and I put arbor vitae in my belly button, and and I and then of course the Intune, because I need that extra little help there. And of course I still have TMJ. It doesn't come out in headaches now. I don't have headaches anymore, but I get muscle pain and tightness in my jaws and my neck and my back. And I find that past tense and the deep blue touch oils, I don't go anywhere without those. And because my muscles can be tightening up, and I can rub past tense on them, and I can just feel them relaxing. Of course, frankincense is always part of my regimen every day. And let me share, I'm going to have to share something with y'all, because I'm really in the process of experiencing something huge since convention with the new oils.
I thought you were going to mention that.
Right, and Siberian fir.
I was actually going to ask.
Yes, because of my side effects, one thing that I developed is called tardive dyskinesia. So the muscles in my jaws and my tongue, they move involuntarily. Not as much now as they used to, but I put a lot of pressure on my teeth. And because of that, I have had to have extensive dental work done in the last 3 years or so. And I actually drive to about 2.5 hours from where I live to the Dallas-Fort Worth area to see a biological holistic dentist, because I have learned in my journey that our dental health is very, very important to our physical health. And and then he referred me to an oral surgeon about 2 hours from me. that is more bent that way. And we all, when we started all my work, we discussed, that we needed to be careful. One thing about my TMJ, but also my sinuses and all of that. Well, unfortunately, my sinuses were disturbed on my right side. And so for little over 3 years, I have had chronic sinus issues. And I have been able to manage them with the oils that we've had, and not have to be on constant antibiotics. It got so bad last year, I did give in and have sinus surgery, hoping that it would give me some relief. Didn't help a bit. And so I've just, I was just learning to live with it and managing it with the oils. But I started taking the Copaiba. Is that how you say it? I'm having a hard time learning how to say that. And literally within 24 hours, I could tell something different was going on with my sinuses. And so now my daily regimen is I take 3 drops of frankincense, the Siberian fir, the Copaiba, and I also decided to add 3 drops of On Guard. And I fill up a capsule and I take that morning and evening. And I have been taking a couple of drops of Copaiba during the day too for myself. And every day it's getting better. I can feel my sinuses healing. And it is so exciting. I'm beside myself.
There's so many stories about Copaiba.
Something tells me that Copaiba is going to be a really big one.
It's a hit.
In fact, just today we were talking with someone. His back was hurting and his shoulder is hurting, and just put a few drops on it, and within the conversation, things had gotten better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and I'll have to tell you too that I'm experiencing other things improving. I think that my digestive system is getting better as well. I think maybe the TMJ pain, although I'm still experiencing it, but I'm trying to watch it. I read my body pretty well with all that I've been through. And that's feeling different too. So, and I just started using a drop of frankincense and rose on the crown of my head and on the base of my skull twice a day. I did that started about 3 days ago. And I'm thinking that might be adding some extra support there.
So it's a lifelong vitality pack too, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes. I have to tell you about that. Actually, see, I just started on the digestion oil and the soft gels, and in October. Well, this October will be 4 years since I started doTERRA. And I really didn't know about the lifelong vitality. And so I learned about that, and I started that then the following January. And after about 2 weeks on that, I went, oh, I think things are feeling different. And I was still taking the digestion tab with every meal and also using the oil. And so I thought, I wonder if I can do without the digestion tabs, the soft gels. And so I eliminated those, and I did fine. And so I could tell a difference. Now, let me tell you, I know that is what has helped me, because I was experiencing a few other issues, and I was working with my chiropractor. And so my chiropractor wanted me to do a supplement regimen that he had. And I thought, okay, I'll try it. But he said, I want you to stop taking your lifelong vitality while we're doing this. And I was hesitant, but I said, okay. And so I stopped taking it. And I want you to know within 2 weeks, my acid reflux and GERD came back with a vengeance, and it brought the whole army with them. I mean, it was bad. And I said, what is going on here? And then I realized that that's the only thing I had changed. And I said, phooey on that chiropractor. I'm going to start back on my lifelong vitality. And I started taking it, and within 2 days, that was gone.
Maybe
So note to self, I will never be without lifelong vitality.
his supplements didn't have 9 essential oils in them.
Evidently not. It didn't have something I needed.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Awesome.
This has
so
been great.
grateful for you. So grateful. Thank you, Lavonia. Just wondering if anybody has any questions.
Welcome to Barbara and Iljo.
Now this is Layla.
Layla, okay.
She's
Sorry, I'm like, who is Iljo?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You have
Yes,
questions for the
yes, hello from Sydney, Australia. Good day.
Hello.
Besides having an energy attack and in bed again with an energy attack, I've got this terrible cyst. I've tried every oil under the sun. Please help. I'm just trying Manuka oil at the moment. I feel, by the way, I feel. Any suggestions? I'm going to try the new Kabaiva.
Yeah,
It comes
Kabaiva.
out.
It's been amazing.
Yes.
Yes, actually, it's I'm a Taurus. It's apparently it's specially made for the Taurus Earth people too, not just for us.
Yes, other
For the Earth element people, because it's woody.
Yeah.
So I have high levels of copper, so I'm very earthy type person. So that's going to be great. I'm going to try that on these terrible cysts. It's depressing.
Yeah, it's going to be great for you. Thank you, Layla.
Yeah,
Thank you
I just like what Lavonia was saying. You can hear how she's doing it. She's just trying different things and relying on her intuition. She threw a few extra on guard drops into her daily regimen.
Wow.
Just felt like it. It's a fantastic way to experiment and try things out.
There's Layla taking all these notes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's good.
Jade, I like your videos. I'm your fan.
Awesome.
JadeGolden.com.
I like the lovely lady on. I'm not very computer literate, but I'm going to get there. With determination and pride. Yeah, I've my callings come from 2004, and I haven't sort of uplifted it till now. With a lot of things in my way, a lot of people. Definitely against.
There's nothing. So Lavonia's really inspired you. Get on the computer, do stuff.
Yes, you can do it.
I have to detox my house first.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep, for sure.
That's
wonderful. Thank you. How about Barbara? Barbara,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, did I hear you correctly that you didn't always do classes, or you don't necessarily do classes? You're more one-on-one?
Yes, I haven't done classes consistently. I just do a lot of one-on-ones. I do Facebook classes. I've started the Spoil Me classes. And then I do events, and especially with starting to work with this health food store, what I do is I schedule to go in there from time to time and spend the day. I set up an information table and spend the day and just invite people to come over. We always have a giveaway to sign up for a giveaway. And then if they show an interest, then I share with them about the oils, and of course I always follow up with more information after I get their information.
Right. Okay.
Yep. So there's all sorts of ways to do doTERRA. But that's awesome that you're sharing on that.
Yeah.
Now, you also said that you went through some weight loss. So did you ever use any of the Slim and Sassy? Was there anything in particular?
Yes. I use Slim and Sassy. pretty regularly. I'm also, I don't know if you've heard about the TerraFit program, but
Yeah.
I'm a TerraFit coach as well.
Oh,
And actually, I'm coaching a team right now, and I plan to coach I think it's January 9th team. Because in January, everybody thinks about getting healthy. They don't always follow through, but I try to capture, as many people as I can during that time. But I find the TerraFit program to be a really great online program that helps you to learn how to eat healthy, to move more, to become inspired. Yeah. But I began to lose weight when I had a lot of, when my digestive system shut down. I had a lot of abdominal pain, and I associated eating with that pain, which, I mean, the eating did not really cause it, but I associated. So I got where I really didn't want to eat. And so I had begun to lose weight. But then after I joined doTERRA and started that journey, then I lost the rest of it, and pretty much have been able to maintain a few pounds have crept back on. I'm trying to work off right now, but you have to. I learned in my journey. I had at one time I had a number in my head that I wanted to see on the scales. And I got to that number, but it was too hard to stay there. That was not the happy number for my body. And so the people I work with, I say, don't worry about the numbers on the scale. Worry about getting healthy. The numbers will get there, and find the numbers that is your happy place, and not a predetermined number that you have in your head.
right. Well, thank you. You have just been so inspiring.
Well, thank you. That's my purpose in life now.
We're so grateful, Lavonia. You keep it up, and we'll post this video so everybody can share it with each other. And
Right.
hopefully, if they want to, they can contact you, friend you on Facebook, and
Sure.
and contact.
Yeah. And I just want to thank you, Jade and Ben, for giving me this opportunity to share my story and my journey. And I hope Barbara and Layla, that you have gotten inspiration from it, and anyone else that sees it, because that's the reason I share it. It's not to say, look at me, look what I've done. It's to say that you can do it too. Our body has such an incredible ability to heal itself. That's the way it's made. But we have to give our body what it was designed to thrive on. And once we do that, then our body knows what kind of work that it can do.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
And y'all have a blessed evening.
You too. We're going to end the recording now, but thank you everyone for joining us.
And thank you everybody who's listening as well. We know there's a lot of you out there, and keep it up, and we hope this has been helpful and inspirational. Bye now.